In surprise news, the Quest 2 and Quest 3 are both showing up with different sales in different areas, but the Quest 2 is reaching its lowest price ever. Brand new right now, you can get a 128GB model for less than $200, $199.99. That's across a whole bunch of different retailers, but at Walmart, you actually also can get an extra $50 credit, effectively bringing the price for a brand new headset to $150. The Quest 2 is still a very solid entry point into the world of VR, and for now, it's still getting almost every game the Quest 3 has had launched, and at that $150-ish price, you could get about 3 of these for the price of a Quest 3. This, of course, fueling the fire in the question, is there a Quest 3 Lite coming soon to replace the Quest 2? Is this a clearance sale to try and get rid of the rest of the stock of the Quest 2s that are out there? We already saw the Quest 2 256GB model starting to disappear, meaning that maybe they're really down to 128s and they're going to sell out as many as they can before moving on to the Quest 3 Lite. This price is so low, I'm actually tempted to run over to Walmart and get a couple of these myself just for giveaways, because that is such a low price for a Quest 2. While we're still on the vein of the Quest 2 itself isn't the only thing getting discounted. The accessories, the first party ones from Meta, are all getting big discounts. Although, spoiler alert, I've reviewed pretty much all of them and not recommended a single one, so I don't recommend you go buy these. But it doesn't mean it's not newsworthy that the Quest 2 Elite strap that was normally $50 is half price at $25. The Quest 2 carrying case is over half off, down to $20 from $45. These are all kind of the prices I feel like they could have been from the start anyways, but that's neither here nor there. The Quest 2 Elite strap with battery, which sometimes break on you, although they are guaranteed for 2 years, is only $45 from $90. The Quest 2 Active Pack, which is actually one of the only ones I never got to try, $30 from $60. The Fit Pack, which sounds like it might be for fitness, no, that's just to make it fit better on your face if your face doesn't like the shape of the facial interface, down to $20 from $40. So that's some big discounts even on the accessories, which really does make me feel like they're trying to just clean house and get rid of everything they can Quest 2. And of course, once they finally sell all that, then they'll probably give us some sort of announcement of what's coming next. The Quest 3, unfortunately, not seeing nearly as big a discounts or discounts everywhere, but we are seeing more and more discounts starting to pop up. We saw that temporary one in Turkey we talked about a few weeks ago, and then other people actually reported here in the comments that there was some other parts of the world that got that discount. But right now, there's actually a sale in the UK. The Meta Quest 3 128 gig down 4%, which actually does add up to something like £20 or euros, depending on where you're buying it at. And the 512GB model is also on sale. Now, as we've seen, these sales in other countries often haven't lasted long, so if you are in the EU and you've been thinking about getting it, I would definitely go check Amazon and see if there is a discount where you're at. But if you've been waiting to get a Quest 3 at the 128, I would say maybe consider holding out if you're in an area that doesn't have a discount still, because we just saw in the Quest 3 Lite potential leaks that came out, it's looking like that's going to actually start at a 256GB model, which makes me think that eventually they will discontinue the 128 Quest 3 and hopefully replace it also with a 256. So if we start to see a big sale on Quest 3 128s everywhere, that might be a sign that we're coming up on putting a bigger model out as the base model. It's what happened with the Quest 2, so I'm still holding out hope on that, but keep in mind that is speculation and dreams and hope. That's not facts that we see anything coming yet, but my fingers are crossed. Although I've really been enjoying my Quest 3 and I've been recommending it to people who are like, what's the best VR headset to get right now that's a reasonable price and convenient, there is some other issues going on that may give you pause about buying a Quest 3 right now. An issue that I actually heard about from a bunch of you in the comments first is that the Quest 3 has been having a bug show up that claims that there's water in the USB port. It keeps popping up on the screen, basically making a lot of people's headsets unplayable. It seemed to pop up in the V62 update that came out last month, and it keeps saying there's dust or debris or water in their USB port, even though there isn't anything in there. Some good news to all of you who have been bringing it up and having this issue. Over on the Meta community forum page, where people have been sharing their same experiences, Meta Quest support has shared an update saying they were actually able to replicate the issue, figuring out what's causing it, and they have a fix in progress. Unfortunately, of course, it's vague and doesn't give us any timeline on that, but I will say it seems like with any problem, if you can replicate it, that's the first step to figuring out what's causing it, and hopefully this will roll out quickly, because there are a lot of people that are really disappointed right now that they aren't able to use or play their headsets until this is fixed. For people who have been dealing with this for over 6 weeks, it's probably not very comforting still, but I'll actually be running a search through my comments and going and responding to each of you in case you missed this video. Each of you that brought it up, that at least we see that there is some sort of solution on the horizon. Still, it's frustrating when you have a headset that's working great and then all of a sudden some weird bug pops up like this. So I'm sorry to those of you who had to deal with this, and I hope that they get this out really quickly for you. Reality Labs Research is a division at Meta that does a lot of the researching and development for all of their AR, XR, VR headsets. Today they dropped what they're calling Scene Script, which is a new method of reconstructing environments and then representing the layout of your physical space. This is actually figuring out a room's entire geometry using using machine learning. Although this is early and in development, the full blog goes into talking about how this could really help with AR glasses and how they translate the world around you. But even in the case of like mixed reality and reconstructing a room with the Quest, this really shows off how much better this could be, because if you're like me and you don't have completely flat ceilings, the Quest and its AR a lot of times messes up where things should be in the room. It doesn't detect the windows and puts some poster up over the window. This may be a future look at how things are going to work on the Quest 3 or maybe even the future Quest, but it's exciting to see how completely and accurately it's figuring out what's in the room. But right now, even with the depth sensor on the Quest 3, and mapping a room, you're still having to do a lot of it yourself. While we're here talking about some of the quick breaking stuff that's been happening, I saw several comments out there talking about that Veil Quest 3 giveaway that happened where they were giving away 10 of them, asking how much time is there on that? Are you going to announce it also on this channel when the winners come out? And of course, the Quest 3 giveaway we currently have going on. So I wanted to just give you a quick update. There is still 10 days left on that Quest 3 Veil giveaway. They're giving away a full gaming PC, actually a Haby 147 edition. They're also giving away 10 Quest 3s and a bunch of other stuff to do with Veil. So there's 10 Quest 3s up for grabs there, and then we still have one Quest 3 giveaway going on. Both of those end right about the end of the month. So there will be probably in the news video that week. We'll pick a winner for ours, but then as long as I can get a hold of the names from the Veil giveaway, I'll also re-announce all of those, because we've actually seen some of the people from our community who have entered these big giveaways where they're giving away a lot of headsets or accessories. A lot of people in our community have actually won on those too, which is awesome. I know that a lot of you are a big fan of them out there. So I'll leave links to both of those in case you haven't entered yet. But as soon as we know who all the winners are for all of them, we'll make sure and mention those here too, so you don't miss your chance to go claim that. We already hit 2 news videos this week. We had to give you another one though, just because there was some breaking stuff, price changes and all that stuff that sometimes don't last long. But I've just got to say once again, I love being here for all of you, being able to share with you what's going on, keep you up to date, and your comments really keep me engaged. So many people, I haven't been able to respond to them as much as I used to, but I still try and go through and read a lot of them. And thank you for all of your encouraging and kind words and being here with me every day. I'll see you in another reality.